everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to Conversations with MM. We hope you're starting a good week today. It's a Monday, and hope everybody's active and happy and keep safe because times are kind of not safe these days. So be alert. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. I thought I don't have a video. I mean, an audio. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So I have a very special guest this morning, and we are honored to have him. He is a multi awarded producer and director, a Filipino American based in New York. He has been winning awards left and right, and not just small time award giving bodies, but Tony and Grammys. I'm talking about no other than Mr. Jhett Tolentino. Welcome, Jhett.
Hi, MM. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for joining me for the invitation, for acknowledging my invitation. It's such an
Uh,
honor. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jhett has won awards as co producer for several pieces or works of art at the Tonys and Grammys. Grammys would be the color purple, and
mhm.
Tonys would include, um, I forgot the
Yeah,
Vanya. Vanya,
Vanya
help
and
me on
Sonya
this.
and Spike. Yeah,
Yes, that. And then you have also a
a Raisin
gentleman's
in the sun.
guide,
Yeah,
a raisin in the sun, and a gentleman's guide to love and
love in
murder.
order.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Those are like really, really big time production, Jet. Tell me, what is this? Do you have a talent or do you have a certain gut feel that you choose this and you win awards? You choose very well to begin with.
Uh, yeah, I think you can call it that. If people have followed my career on Broadway, I
Mm-hmm.
have produced 18 shows in 7 years. Actually, all of the 18
Mm-hmm.
got good reviews from the New York Times. So every show that I produced was a thumbs up with the New
Amazing.
York Times. So I never had a bad review or even a mixed review with the New York Times. There are a certain sort of standard that I tend to follow in before I choose a project. So it doesn't have to be because I want to be a part of any film I or any show. I am very, very careful in aligning my name to a certain product, as you can call it. Yeah.
Yes. So what is it? Is it mainly the story or the actors that are performing for that story?
Well, there are three things
Mhm.
that I'm looking for in one project. One is originality, right?
Okay.
Something that I have not seen or heard of before. If
Mhm.
it's a revival, it has to be something out of the box from the original one because I've done revivals also. The second one would be the critical attributes to the project because before I started producing, I
Mhm.
had my own blog in doing critiques for Broadway shows that I saw.
Mhm.
And then the third one would be the commercial appeal.
Oh,
That would mean who's in the cast, or do I see that this particular show or project has legs
mhm.
to even be pushed out commercially. So those are the three non-negotiable things before I consider a project. Yeah.
Amazing. So this is something that your criteria has come up during the course of your, work in the industry.
Yeah, I would think so because before I started producing, I have seen
Mhm.
over 1,000 shows already on
Uh-huh.
Broadway.
So
And
you have a
you can
critical
call, yes, you can call that I was jaded
eye.
already when, before I see a show.
Mhm.
if if I read a script or I see a show, and
Yeah.
if I can predict the ending, if the ending of the particular script or show would match what I thought,
Yes.
I won't like that.
Oh, like it's so
Yeah.
predictable, and
Yes,
and
I
so you
don't
wouldn't
I
choose it.
yeah. I want to be
Mhm.
challenged. I want to be like left broken or disrupted by what I'm reading or what I'm
I see.
seeing.
So
That's how I connect.
I understand, like you have to be intrigued and you put yourself
Yeah.
in the on the side of the watchers, the consumers, if they will be intrigued enough to follow the show, finish the show.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not easily attracted to a show because of anyone.
Right?
This is proven. I mean, you can say that even if you have Jesus Christ in your cast, if the show is bad, it's gonna be bad, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
So it doesn't follow. You have to have your sense of I would say you have a knack in choosing the right project.
Uh-huh.
So if it's not there, if you don't know what would work in a certain status of the market, then I don't think that producing is the right for you.
That's amazing. So looking at your latest project, the Asian Persuasion, I saw that and I love that. And in fact, I
Oh, thank
voted
you.
so highly when we were all made to leave the theater after watching. So we rated it.
Yeah.
I rated it highly, highly,
Thank you.
almost perfect. So and then
Yeah.
you won
Yeah.
Audience Choice Award. So isn't that amazing? Like winning a Audience Choice Award is just as colossal as a Grammy, I believe, because you
Well,
pleased your
the
audience.
yeah the one for Asian Persuasion at the Soho International Film Festival was
Mhm.
pretty special to me because Asian Persuasion, I'm at the helm, right?
Yes, the
I
director.
I'm at the helm, the producer and director at the same time. So it was super special to have competed. I mean, the festival selected 125 films, and
Mhm.
eight were nominated for the audience choice and
Wow.
for the best picture, right? And coming into the film festivals, I was not expecting anything because Asian Persuasion is a rom-com. This kind
Yeah.
of genre is usually not picked up by any A-list film festival. They would go for drama or art house or highbrow kind of films,
Mm-hmm.
like The Parasite or Past Lives. So me, I was just trying to come up with something in
Mm-hmm.
terms of representation and making opportunities for our Filipino American filmmakers.
Great. So that was amazing, really. I mean, going back to what you said, like the audience will be hooked on how the story will evolve, the characters develop, and how it will end if it makes us feel
Yeah,
good and we feel liberated watching it. So it
yeah,
did. And so this is your main cast and your
yeah,
co-writer. I have a
yes.
question, Jet, about working in collaboration with a writer. So,
Mhm.
how does that go, particularly in your experience with Asian Persuasion? How does a director work with the writer? Do you collaborate? Do you exchange thoughts? Or do you help each other out on how to portray it? According to the
Mhm.
writer or according to the director?
Well, the entire concept certainly originated from the writer. So when
Mm-hmm.
Mike approached me in February 2021,
Uh-huh.
he just wanted me to read the script and
Mm-hmm.
give him sort of a constructive criticism because he wanted to bring it somewhere, right? And being that we've been friends for a while now, and then I read it.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of thoughts about it. And at that time, it was the height of Asian hate.
Oh.
And when I finished the script, I texted him. I said, "I'm done. Let's
Mm-hmm.
talk." And at that time, also, I was thinking of my 10th year anniversary in producing, which is 2022. And
Uh-huh.
I wanted to evolve. I wanted to evolve into another hat, if you will,
Uh-huh.
as
Uh-huh.
to what else can I contribute in the entertainment industry in the name of our minority representation. So I said, and I zoomed with him and I
Mm-hmm.
said, I have thoughts, I have this suggestion, because when he wrote it, it was originally all Filipino cast.
Okay.
So I suggested to him what I have in mind, and I said, listen, if you're okay with what I have, I would love to produce this, of course. And if you're okay with it also, I'd like this to be my feature directorial debut because I've never directed a feature film before.
Mm-hmm.
So, he said yes. We developed the script. We had about 8 versions within 1 week.
Wow.
Because at the time we were just home, during
Yes.
the pandemic. So the turnaround of our notes is like almost
Fast.
real time.
Uh-huh.
So, and
Amazing.
then, yeah, and Mike is very collaborative. That was my number one thing that I look with people that I want to work with,
Uh-huh.
because like on Broadway, I've worked with a lot of writers, of course, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear when I have a suggestion and they will say, "Oh, you want to change my script? You have to speak to my agent."
Yeah.
So that to me is like the note that, okay, bye,
I
because
see.
that will not be a good
It's
working relationship moving
yes, it's
forward.
not healthy in to begin with,
Yeah,
right? Amazing.
exactly.
So you were talking to Mike during the pandemic in New York
Yeah,
on
exactly.
Zoom.
On Zoom, because he was living, or still he still lives in New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
So on March 14, when we zoomed, he actually Ubered an adobo dish for me all the way from Jersey. He made it himself
Oh my
and
God, that's
Ubered, sent the adobo meal on an Uber. And when I got it, and then we were having lunch together with his
first
with his adobo that he made, and we were discussing the film because Filipino culture, we have to do things
to
with
eat.
food. Yeah. So
Amazing.
uh,
How sweet of
someone
that.
yeah, someone speculated that, oh my God, he might have put a potion that
That
you
you
made.
agreed.
Said yes, exactly. Well, I don't know. Well, whatever it was a great potion then.
Oh, nice. And so
Yeah.
here I see these pictures, you working. So this is
Yeah,
Central Park, if I'm not mistaken.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So when did you start shooting?
we started uh, principal photography on April 11th. I
Mhm.
believe this particular scene
Uh-huh.
is a Wednesday, April 13,
Well, you
at
remember.
in Central Park. Yeah, we
Uh-huh.
of course we have to pay the uh, the park to film
Uh-huh.
there. We had our trailer so that our
Mhm.
Casey could do their makeup. They could change. We had uh, we had actually 3 locations that we shot in
Oh,
Central Park, but mostly at the Bethesda area. Um, and that was fun. And the thing about that, it was early spring.
yes.
I don't know if you can remember when the scene, Casey was driving and then Fedelos Reyes was in the car seat.
Yes, yes. They
And
they
on
were
the other seat.
crossing the Queensboro Bridge. Was that Queensboro?
No, that was in Central Park.
Oh,
It
yeah.
we
Okay.
Yeah, we put the green screen around the car, and my
I
my crew were
see.
like, they were pounding the car just to simulate a
That it's
movement that the
like
car
moving
was
in.
running. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And
Wow.
but then all the flowers, because again it's early spring and it's so
Uh-huh.
windy, the flowers would fall in the windshield, and we have to like keep wiping it every time that happened. So it was fun. It was so much fun. And yeah, not very cheap, but it was worth doing it.
So how
Yeah.
long did you make the entire film for? How many months or years?
Now, our budget allowed us to do 20 days. So dapat 4
Oh,
weeks lang.
whoa.
Because with SAG-AFTRA, with the
Uh-huh.
union, we can only work 5 days in 1 week.
I see.
Mandatory 2 days off, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then, we hit COVID. We had to pause for 12 days.
Mm-hmm.
So we finished the film in 21 days in 7 weeks.
Uh-huh.
So
So
yeah.
you were still uh, according to your schedule.
No,
No.
no, we hit an extra $100,000 expenses
Oh my gosh.
because of COVID. Yeah, well, that happens, when you film in a pandemic.
I know. So on the business side of it, how did you manage all these financial requirements?
Well, the thing about that is, I have an accounting degree.
Mm-hmm.
It comes in handy in whatever I do, especially in budgeting.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, and with that shortage, we went to Seedens Park. We raised the money through contributions from people, and yeah, we got that money from there, and we're really grateful about that. It's like people from all over the world chipped in to help us with the
Amazing.
shortage. Yeah.
You are unstoppable despite like a major problem, a hurdle on finances, right?
Well, that's the
Amazing.
producing hat, right? You gotta have
Yes.
to be able to do creative producing.
Mm-hmm.
If there are problems, you should be able to address it and solve it, that it's all amicably with all parties involved, that no one is, calling foul or having a
Right.
grudge in the process. Yeah.
I think that's the most important responsibility for a filmmaker, a producer and
Yeah.
director at the same time, to be fair to all your
Yeah.
cast and crew.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of times where the tensions were so high,
Yeah,
a lot of frustration from every angle, because we in total we have about 427 cast and crew.
that's big.
So exactly, because we
Mhm.
had we had 28 principal cast, we had 26 locations, so
Mhm.
and 21 Asian countries represented in the film.
Mhm.
Again, I was ready for it. I was thinking more of the celebration that will come out of it. I
Oh.
know the process will be so rocky because again, I'm not a rookie um, filmmaker. I'm just starting. I'm just
Mhm.
taking with me my relationships and
Mhm.
experience at the same time, and my knowledge in management and budgeting. So it's like a mixture of everything that sort of came to this. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's a leadership revelation, Jet. You're a leader.
Yeah.
A director is a leader, and a
Yeah.
writer, somebody has concept, looks forward, and you
Yeah.
execute it. So
Yeah.
congratulations, really, and I'm so super proud of you. And so
Thank you.
yeah. So what is going to be the next level for Asian Persuasion? Where
Well, we have announced it already. I'm actually leaving for Manila
Mhm.
on Tuesday, so I can stay there until we release the film nationwide on November 29. So I'm
In
gonna
the
be doing
Philippines or
some
here?
promotions in the Philippines.
Okay.
We will be releasing it nationwide over there.
Wow.
Um, and then I will be back on December 7th because we're doing a limited release in New York City. Wow, you're the very first person to know about this.
That's my angle.
Uh, yes,
Wow,
yes,
December 7th.
breaking the news here. Yeah,
Mhm.
we have a limited release December 8th to 14. Only 7 days for New
Uh-huh.
York City. That's
Wow.
it.
So you have specific theaters?
Yes, it will be at the Village East by Angelica.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah.
great. So looking forward to see.
We will only have 32 screening times because as you can see during our
Mhm.
world premiere it was sold out, and even if
Yeah.
we were screened twice, San Diego was sold out already. They were selling us there for $28 a ticket,
Mm-hmm.
but we were still sold out. So we feel the love, and we feel that not just the Filipino Americans, but the entire Asian American communities are out to support this film. So that's why we're making this hard decision and
Yeah.
very risky to just release it just for 7 days, and see, hopefully a lot of um, distributors or sales agents that would come.
Mm-hmm.
I will invite them, of course, to witness how it is to experience the film in a movie theater because it's different. It's
Mm-hmm.
different when they just watch it at home, right? But unlike in
Yes.
the movie theater, there's a lot of reactions from different kinds of people.
Yeah, the audience would, fire you up too.
Exactly.
Amazing. So where do you draw your inspiration? You have come a long way as a producer and director. So what made you realize that you have to be in this industry? We are an accountant.
Well, yes, yes, I'm an
Yeah.
accountant by profession. Um, One, when I read something,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be able to contribute in the process of it. Whatever
Mm-hmm.
I think that will come up right there while I'm reading the script, or even when I go to places, right? Well, like when I was in Germany at that time, I would just see a Chinese temple in the middle of Hamburg, and I would come up with a concept,
Oh,
and then I would, like when I was in the suicide hill in Saipan, so same thing.
mhm.
So I derive inspiration and like map out a storyline for the
Amazing.
particular place that I've been to. So it's very rare, but it constantly happens. And then I would commission a writer, because I'm I want to be honest with you, I'm not a good writer at all, and I want to make space for other people, because writing script for me takes a long time.
Yes,
So I would rather just give that space to someone else while I can do other things. Yeah, it's the same thing, we got to make spaces for other people so that we can triumph all together at the same
amazing.
time.
Yeah, and I saw your first documentary actually. This is about your life, right? And you wrote and
Yes.
produced and direct as well.
Yeah,
So I saw
exactly.
this, and you made me cry on that documentary at the
Yeah.
Philippine Center.
Yeah.
So, this was your story in a nutshell. It's very
Yes.
inspirational. So,
Yeah.
does this message still hold true for you in
Of
reaching out to
course.
people? Like
Yeah,
education
of
is
course.
key.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
That I myself is a living proof that poverty is not a death sentence, right?
Mhm.
That will never leave me, and I carry that with me everywhere I go. That's the messaging, especially for the underprivileged countrymen of ours back home, that they
Right.
think that because they're not blessed with anything else, that nothing will happen with their lives, which
Mhm.
is not true. I'm the living example of that. And I right now my representation is that identifying that every second is an opportunity to miss. So if
Yes.
you just keep on just wasting time away, doing all everything social media, and well, it's good if you're creative and doing some content, that's great.
Uh-huh.
But if you're just there sitting and being envious of other people's lives,
Oh my God.
so you no, because
Uh-huh.
I
This is what most people do already. Just
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah,
social media.
exactly. They're so busy with criticizing with people's life, and I was just like, you gotta be creative in your time. Uh,
I agree
you
with you.
could have done something else in contributing, being for this world to be a positive energy. So,
Oh my God, you're still very young, and you have a long
oh
way
no,
to go.
look at
Oh,
me, I'm
I
all
think
silver.
that's is that
Yeah,
natural?
yes,
Oh, I thought
yes,
you
it's
colored.
all natural. No, 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 no. I
I
gave up coloring a long time ago. I'll be 47 this year, so I'm not that young.
No, that's young compared to me.
Okay.
but but you have a long way to go in filmmaking, and
Yeah.
going back to your craft, do you like
Mhm.
watch certain directors that you like this particular director or movie? Are you inspired by
Yeah.
Spielberg or Broca, something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, my favorite director of all time is Hirokazu Koreeda, a
Uh-huh.
Japanese filmmaker. Most of his work can be found in Amazon. Actually, I love his story telling style,
Mm-hmm.
that he makes me feel care about every single character, no matter how
I
small
see.
they are. That's how effective storyteller that he is. I also like Wes Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
It's very whimsical. Like he
Mm-hmm.
takes me to a different world, so he transports me to something that's the impossible world. So I love that. Of
Right.
course, Spielberg, yeah, Nolan, the big ones. But going
Mm-hmm.
back to the nitty gritty of storytelling, my number one would be Hirokazu Koreeda. I like my inspiration. My other inspiration is Quentin Tarantino.
Oh,
Um, yeah, because one, he also did not go to film school.
uh-huh.
If I have to think of anyone else that, when I questioned, when I doubted that, oh, can I do this? And then I will just think of Quentin Tarantino.
I see.
You know,
Oh, like you
he
have
just
this.
used, yeah.
You
Yeah,
have this
he
imposter syndrome somehow, a little bit. How do you
no,
deal with
no,
it?
not an imposter syndrome. It's just that sometimes, again, in I am I strategize in everything that I do. Because
Uh-huh.
if you don't have strategy, that's very, very dangerous. So when I
Right.
strategize, and then like when I before I directed Asian Persuasion, before
Mm-hmm.
uh, told myself that I can do it, I was like, so I had to pause first, and I was like, okay, can I do this? And then
Uh-huh.
I would just like try to go to a space of like who were the people who did something unpredictable
Mm-hmm.
that's not under their career of
Yeah.
choice or not their degree. And there's
Mm-hmm.
so many, but in films my number one example is Quentin Tarantino. So he inspired me somehow
Mm-hmm.
to take the biggest boldest step, to just plunge in and do it.
You're
Yeah.
so amazing, really. And so, for in the set, how do you like encourage your actors to act? Like, do you tell them to act the way you want them to act, or you let them express according to their own interpretation as an artist?
Well, before I started with them, when we did
Uh-huh.
the reading of the script,
Yeah.
like everyone was there in the room, so I
Mm-hmm.
already took notes. I took notes, and then I did a one-on-one on them, and
Oh.
I told them where I wanted the story to go, and then
Mm-hmm.
I would ask them if they have any inputs. Because to me,
Oh, nice.
directing is it's a two-way street. I don't want to monopolize the entire
Mm-hmm.
process, because I also acknowledge the actors that they are also artists. They
Yeah.
might have some they might have some um, s- uh, they might have seen something that I haven't,
Right.
right?
Right.
So I asked them in the process, but oh my God, I enjoyed so much directing them. Like Paolo, Dante, Casey. These are all seasoned actors, and
Mm-hmm.
even Kevin Kreider. This
Uh-huh.
is his acting debut. This is
Oh,
his
was it?
acting debut.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's not obvious, right?
It's not.
Um,
They don't like.
yeah,
They look like all professionals, like old professionals.
exactly. Even Jackie Makani from Ihawan, it's
Yes.
it's also her acting debut. So I appreciate them for trusting me,
Mm-hmm.
and just following me when they're in doubt, or in a certain situations on set. And of
Do you?
course, I would not be able to have done it without my first AD, Jonathan Wu, and my
I see.
director of photography, Andrea Walter,
I
because
see.
they helped me. They're like my left and right hand. The three of us. I would have not done it by myself.
Have you been angry in the set?
I have, but
Uh-huh.
I never raised my voice.
Uh-huh.
That's why crew were like surprised. Some people yelled or screamed. I don't, because to me
Really?
that's not gonna invite positive energy.
Yes.
I have fired one crew,
Oh,
but
really?
that took too much, because I give
Mhm.
three chances. I give
Oh.
three chances. So I handle it professionally and quietly, of course.
Mhm.
I didn't want to embarrass them in front of everyone. But that's it. You gotta be tough also, because you have to
Mhm.
set the tone in terms of respect
Right.
and collaboration. That it should come from a cohesive working environment.
Like you work
So
as a team.
exactly,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Wow. So during the filming, was the writer also there?
Mike, I would
Or
say
uh-huh.
80% of the time he wasn't there,
Oh,
because Mike is a civil engineer by profession. So
uh-huh.
he works for Mitsubishi for over 20 years, and he has multiple businesses. I wish he was there, but he is also a dad.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, I knew these things before coming in, and I didn't mind. I didn't
Mhm.
mind at all. When he's there, I appreciate it more. But if he's not, I will just call him, because he's my producing partner. It was just me and him, the producers.
Great. So, what's your expectation when you show this in Manila? And
Mhm.
mostly, the film is in English, but you know
Yeah,
the treat there is the view of New York, which is very inspiring to
yeah.
anyone watching because optics is a a big element of New York. So what do you expect?
Oh, I I I don't want to be oblivious about this. I'm a bit worried, to be honest with you,
Mm,
because the subject matter is never has never been done in the Philippines before, right?
right. It's
Philippines is
concerning.
the Philippines is the only country in the world without divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the subject of the story of the film is divorce. So I'm hoping that one, they're very open about it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm trying to showcase that divorce is not the end of every relationship.
Mm-hmm.
As we portrayed divorce in the film, it's you could actually have a healthy relationship with your ex,
Yes.
because it's about the children. It's not about about the adults. It's about the children, right? So, and the kind of future that you will be providing for them. So you're gonna have to, pull the pants up and make the hard decisions, even if you're like burning inside, right? You gotta
Mm-hmm.
be have to be adult. You can't show the kids that you're tearing each other apart.
Right.
Um, and also the connotation in the Philippines is that during divorce, women will be in the losing position, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
why most women do not want to do it because they thought they will never get out of it.
Yeah.
They most of the times they were just homemakers, they never have careers, and they just raise the children. So here, actually, it's not the case. Well, as long as you're not the one who cheated, you will be in a better position, you know. Uh, yeah.
Well, it's an eye
So
opener for me if you put it in the Philippine context, because you see
yeah.
there's no divorce, and so but people get separated anyway, and
How many
they don't end
people?
up supporting the children, so it's a double misery for the
Exactly.
woman who has to be there
Exactly.
for the
And
children and feed them.
yeah, and how many illegitimate children are born, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, it goes to the hilts of the politician, right?
Right.
Most men don't want to
Mhm.
do that because they will be held accountable.
Obliged,
E-
yes.
Exactly, for how many wives they have children with. So
Mhm.
I am a proponent for divorce, of course, that I'd like that to happen. But here we are again, and also this is Casey Concepcion's first film after 10 years. So
Uh-huh.
I hope that's another attraction
Right.
for them to support a local homegrown artist
Hmm.
who tried to penetrate Hollywood on her own. So yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's so promising in this film of yours. So how did you come up with choosing these actors? Did you have a casting director, Jet?
Yes, I did have a casting director, but my process in producing alone is when I read
Mhm.
the script, I
Oh,
already cast on the side,
oh, so like
right?
who
Just
you think would fit?
yeah, exactly like with we have 28 principal cast, right? So
Mm-hmm.
meaning people with lines we had 28. So
Mm-hmm.
out of the 28, 22 are my personal relationships. So
Uh-huh.
only six actors were, or eight roles were up for auditions.
Mm-hmm.
So those were the six roles that I gave to the casting director because I also want to save time and resources and money. Because
Uh-huh.
if you give too much work to the casting director, that would be a lot of money also. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
the
Yeah,
Sam,
she
yeah,
was very good. What's
Casey's
her first
daughter,
name?
she's
Sure, right?
Scarlett Sher. Yeah,
Scarlett. Yes,
Scarlett Sher. She's
she was great.
she's Malaysian and Jewish. Her
Mm.
mom is Malaysian, her dad is Jewish. She auditioned. So out of the 18 kids that auditioned, we took the top three, and the top three we met them on Zoom, and she was the one. And we can't believe it because in the United States you're not allowed to ask age, sex, religion, or all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But during the Zoom with her mom, the mother said, "I just want to let you know that I know you were looking for a 10-year-old kid. Scarlett is actually 7."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so she was 7 years old when we shot that, and she was
Wow.
acting for a 10-year-old kid. And she was the one who memorized everyone's lines.
My goodness.
It's yeah, like
So,
she would remind Dante or Kevin, like, you missed a word.
oh my gosh, she's your assistant director?
Yes.
Maybe she
Yeah,
will
and
be.
yeah, like with Kevin,
Uh-huh.
I didn't know Kevin before. But when I
Oh.
was reading the script, I was like, wait,
Mm-hmm.
this character is the guy from Bling Empire. So I
Uh-huh.
just messaged him on Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing. So you attract them, huh?
Yes. Well, again, I told them why I am approaching them, that what I have, and then if
Uh-huh.
they're willing, if they can give me their agent's name and the information, then I
Uh-huh.
sent it to their agents, and then if there's an approval from agents to move forward, then the actors would meet with me on Zoom, and then yeah.
Okay, final question, Jet, before we wrap up, because the accountant side of you, I'll ask.
Uh-huh.
So, how do you recoup your expenses? Like, is
Mhm.
this by just making sure that you have investors, or you really have to make sure that you are shown, like how Hollywood does it, that it has to be out for several months, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of
Well,
money involved too. How's
yeah,
that?
of course. Yeah, well, this falls under the strategy that I was talking to you about. Because
Yeah.
before you make anything else, before you decide to do anything for an entertainment, you have to have a strategy. So
Right.
my strategy for this film is, one, this is not a European premiere. Because again,
Mm-hmm.
the European market would like, the art house and the cerebral films, which this one is a rom-com again. So
Mm-hmm.
my target is the North America market, hence that we premiered in Soho. And then right from there, again, this is a 100% funded by private equity. I didn't have any grants. I don't like looking for grants.
Mm-hmm.
I Because looking for grants meaning taking someone else's space from them. Because I'm a commercial producer, I know how to raise funds, and then I know how to sell the strategy that I have in the film. So how to make money here is, one, really is the theatrical release. The box office is the number one target of mine to make money. Like, for example, the Philippines, right? I find that this is a fresh content, never been done before in the
Mm-hmm.
Philippines, and Casey's first film after 10 years. So these are all, I would say, attraction to the film, why people would go. And why am I releasing it November 29 in the Philippines? Why of all the dates?
Why?
November 29 is the date when the 13th month pay of Filipinos is released.
I see.
Yeah,
So they have
yeah.
money.
And then, yes, and then November 30 is a holiday because of Bonifacio Day, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
a Thursday. And then Friday, December 1 is a sandwich. So it's going to be a long weekend, like a 5-day weekend in the Philippines. So
Oh,
I've been working on this strategy since last year. So
oh my
I,
God.
I, I already picked November 29, so that, because that's when the Filipinos have most money. I cannot release it in December because people are going to be busier with,
Partying.
yeah, party and Christmas party, and then Metro Manila Film Festival is going to be there also.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the first quarter of the year because people will be concentrating in paying their credit card bills for the
Yeah,
overspending they did in
January.
Christmas. Yeah, so so that's why, because even if it's just being shown in the Philippines for just 1 week, I'm happy with that. If there's such a demand, the theaters can extend us for the second week, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll get back here in New York in December, also to release it in the theaters here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have no strategy in the initial theatrical release, because North America, for me, that has to come from the distributor itself. And
Mm-hmm.
right now, I don't have that yet. I am still
Mm-hmm.
in consideration with a lot of distributors who have reached out to me. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to hear a solid strategy first before I endorse the film to them, because, like, this is my baby. I have to
Yeah.
be able to approve what they think would work for Asian Persuasion, because the number one goal is to give my investors money back.
Mm-hmm.
That's the number one.
So that's all you need. You want to do, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Of course. Because so
Uh-huh.
I can do more business with my investors. Other than
Yeah,
that,
they
no one
would
else will
reinvest,
trust me.
right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you are a genius. Thank you so much, Jet, and all the best to you. And
Thank
safe
you.
travels to Manila. And congratulations again. And looking forward to see more films by you.
Yes. Thank you, Mariver. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And see you around and have fun in the
Yeah.
Philippines. Thank you,
See you
Jet.
when I get back.
Yes.
Bye.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Thank you for watching, and we'll just pause for some commercials.
Hey, Fe,
Hey, Odette.
let's invite everybody here to come and watch Music in Motion featuring the Philippine Ballet Theater.
On October 21st at the UCLA Royce Hall.
Yep. And special guest
Aba, Martin Rivera.
and Dr. Raul Sunico. For tickets, you can get them at roycehall.org.
Yes, manood kayo ha. Kasi may raffle daw. First prize, round trip ticket to the Philippines.
Maganda yun. Pero
Okay.
gusto ko din yung second prize.
Ano yun?
Date with Martin Rivera.
And third prize,
Piano lessons
with
with
Dr. Raul Sunico. Joke lang po,
Di ko
pero
alam
manood
gusto
ho
yun.
kayo on October 21st. Music in
Motion!
Hi everyone, this is Vina Morales. I'm inviting you all to watch the Philippine Ballet Theater on October 21 at the Royce Hall, UCLA, with guest Martin Rivera and Dr. Raul Sunico.
Don't miss Music and Motion presenting the Philippine Ballet Theater this October 21 at the Royce Hall, UCLA, with special guests Martin Rivera and Dr. Raul Sunico. Tickets are available at theroycehall.org or call 818-859-3108. October 21, Music and Motion.
Hello, everyone. Hope you enjoyed my interview with Jhett Tolentino a while ago. Okay, I have to use my glasses because I couldn't see clearly up close. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And thank you so much for watching. It's a Monday, and hope this props you up to have an inspiring week, a very courageous, a very safety conscious week. So let me see what comment do I have here from our audience. Let me. Okay. Oh, thank you, Tita Nieva, for your comment. Lots of talent in all aspects of life. That's about Jhett Tolentino. So hope you enjoyed our show, and see you again in our future episodes. So let me use my glasses again. And I'd like to thank Christian Demisonis for allowing me to use his music, Bullseye, for the opening and closing video of Conversations with MM. Thank you so much, Christian. It's amazing. I love your music. Christian Demisonis is a bassist. See, said that right. Bassist par excellence. So let's see you again next week, and keep on keeping on. Love yourself and take care of each other. Bye for now.